Hello, everybody. And I think that we are live. I will just give it a few moments to adapt to the frequencies of our wonderful soul community here today. So a very, very warm welcome to you on this strawberry supermoon in Sagittarius. So we're going to be carrying over the frequencies of Sagittarius for the next couple of weeks. As we build from this full moon, we're going to go towards a new moon in Cancer. But let's see, what are these energies that we can take from this Sagittarian full moon and use positively, proactively, as we move towards the solstice next week and the week after, a new moon. So welcome. Sagittarius is about expansion, expanding your horizons, expanding your family. I'm looking forward to the day where we don't have different countries. Yeah, I mean, it's nice that we've got differences, but that we see the world, as Yogananda said, as one country. Our earth is one country only. Imagine that, without all these different borders and rules and regulations and this and that. Imagine that you can go anywhere in our country, the earth. And so the energy of Sagittarius wants you, encourages you to think big, to see a higher perspective. And Sagittarius is always looking for meaning. It looks for something more than the mundane. Okay, it's a fire sign. And it's about bringing the spiritual into your material, mundane life. So how do you do that? And let's share, how do we do that? For example, let me give you an example. I always say some blessings before I eat the food I'm about to eat. Always, before and after. And I just take a moment because it means that I'm different from instinct. I'm taking a moment to thank the creator, the source, God, whatever you want to call it, and bringing a spiritual element several times a day. Depends how many times you eat. So what are the things that you do consciously to spiritualize your life? Because this is one of the messages of this wonderful strawberry moon. Let's hear from it. Let's share here. Or if you're coming, I love that, Diana. Everywhere you turn is the face of God. That's beautiful. Beautiful. I also have a prayer that I say in the morning, thanking God for waking me up and giving me the freshness of a new day. So how do you bring a higher level into your everyday life? That's what we're looking for. And let's inspire others. Tomato Soup practices magnified healing every day. Jackson walks through nature and hears the magical sounds of nature. Beautiful. Laura does yoga and spends time in nature. Okay, beautiful. Erin calls your spiritual team in. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, this is awesome. Mary says aloud your gratitudes. Awesome. Yeah. AW joined coherence healing. And it's about, you see, what we've got going on at the time of this full moon. The sun is in Gemini. The moon is in Sagittarius. We've got a square with Neptune. So we're creating a new dream for this earth. And missing on the mutable cross is Virgo. And very often we get our answers with whichever sign is missing. And Virgo is about having practical daily habits that bring you onto that higher frequency. Oh, beautiful. Thanking the birds for their different songs. It's beautiful. You say, B from New York says, blessings for your families. Katie asks for little help with opening a jar, and then you say thank you. Yes, I know that one. Sometimes I need to get somebody to do it. Beautiful. Anita writes out 10 things you're grateful for that day and every evening. Awesome. Emily likes to thank the elements whenever you do something. I love that. Okay, Pure Light says a protection statement every morning. Ha ha ha. Smoochie's back to Italy. Sempiternamente Pisa. Gosh. All right. Yeah, so it's really good if we can share how we bring a spirituality and a higher energy into all the things that you do. I mean, you can do that in the shower. I usually say thank you for the cold showers at the moment. We're sweltering in Greece. So every time we get in that shower, it's like, oh, thank you. Thank you. So this is beautiful. And thank you for those of you who are writing beautiful comments. And Jodie's saying thank you for the bad stuff. That's awesome, actually. Saying thank you for what you have and thank you for what you don't have. To be grateful for the things that you don't have as well. So, what the energy of Sagittarius encourages you to do is to find your faith, your optimism. What fills you up? What can you do? And let's make no mistake here. Sagittarius, it's jovial, it's positive, it's uplifting. And at the same time, Sagittarius rules the truth and the law. So how does this play out? Well, my fridge broke down and I had to get another fridge. And I found one at less than half price. I was super pleased. However, it was not advertised as a second. You know, it was supposed to be as new. So I was thrilled to bits. I got it less than half price and it arrived with a lot of huffing and puffing in the heat with the men and what have you. And the men had no sooner left and I started to clean it. And there was a label on the fridge, you know, a big energy label on the side. And I pulled that off and there were 3 big dents on the side of the fridge. Obviously, somebody had hidden it. Yeah, because why not say? So I had to take it up. You know, Sagittarius is all about the truth, telling the truth. And this was somebody who'd been dishonest. So I had to call the dishonesty. And they give me some extra money off of the fridge. And they were very honorable. You know, there was an apology. We're very sorry. And we'll give you this amount. They didn't give me the amount I would have liked, but they gave me something and I accepted it because I didn't want another fridge to be delivered. And the energy that would have involved. So it's important to call on the truth of a situation at this time and really be, you know, it can't necessarily be nicey, but to be really finding honesty. Yeah, a blessing in disguise. Thank you, 24K. Always. Shana says, how boring a life that has no waves. Yes, it's true. Tabitha thanks the fears for showing you what's not working in your life. Awesome. I love this when you're interacting, yeah, sharing what's going on with you. And if you're listening after, you can still write in the comments. You can still join in. This is a family communion that is uplifting and supportive. Now, let's get on to this. Why is it? I was listening to a great meditation with Tara Brach. I think that's her name. She's a meditation teacher. Wonderful. And she was saying, why is it? And I experience this a lot. I might have 100 compliments, people saying, I love you, Bracha, you're doing great work. And I get one negative. And which one do I remember? Which one do you remember? So all day long, people have said you're doing great, everything's great. And one person criticizes you. What will you remember? Will you remember all the nice things? Or will you start to have a brain worm about the things that that person said that criticized you? So apparently, this is a brain situation. There's a stickiness that we have with negativity. It sticks. So we have to entrain the brain to get familiar with a positive state. We have to become familiar with it. And then it becomes the new norm. But it does take training. Yeah, it takes training. So, yeah, I admire Tara Brach as well, artistic world, very much. She's wonderful. So it's about training. I mean, I wander around with a smile on my face when I go out because I'm just so thankful to live in such a beautiful country with such lovely people and it's just beautiful here. And I'm just constantly grateful. And grateful that I can walk, and grateful for the sea and the sand and the birdies. So when I'm out walking, I'm smiling at everybody. And I'll tell you now, 95% do not smile back. I'm still astonished. So from that, I'm thinking that most people are not in the positivity bias. And how can we work at creating the positivity bias? Because we come in, and I think our nature is one of joy. Look at children. The nature is joyful. And we've just had it covered over with conditioning and this, and you should and you shouldn't. Drives you mad. And that is really something that we can turn around. And with this Jupiterian energy, if we can become aware of it, 24K Healing says nature changes everything, and it's true, and you say hi to everybody and you smile. What I've done now, I smile now, but now I actually say Kalispera, Yassas, hello, good evening, Kalimera. I actually say something, and then there is usually a response. Some are very nice. I've got to know a few people now on the walks, and one or two say hello, but most not. And when I actually say something, it's as if they're shocked out of a reverie. It's like, oh, there's a person in front of me. So let's remind one another. I mean, isn't it great that, for 2.5 years, we haven't been able to see each other, be close to one another, and that now we can? So Laura's asking, how do you suggest interacting with those who choose pessimism and anger? They get annoyed by your positivity. That's such a great question. What I think you do is you don't take it personally, and you know that behind every grumpy person is a heart of gold and somebody who really wants to be joyful, and that you have compassion for that. That would be my suggestion. Whether I could do it in the morning or whether I could do it in the moment with somebody, is another matter. But I'm speaking it here, and I will have to practice it. That's really what I would say. Amanita, you hug them. Wonderful, if they let you near them. Wonderful. Siamese cat has begun drawing again. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. And just know, especially if it's not somebody you know, then it can't be about you. Yeah, cannot be about you. So, and it's great. Just try and find the one thing that you can think of to uplift somebody. And eventually it'll get through. And if somebody's upset you too much and you really can't, you're going to say something not kind, then back away for a little while, maybe for 24 hours, and just get into the place where you're more centered. So Mercury is in rulership in Gemini for these next few weeks. So this is a great time for training the mind. The mind is like an elastic band, says Yogananda. The more you pull, the more it stretches. And it doesn't break, it just stretches. I mean, I'm doing that with the Greek language every day. You know, the more I learn, the less I know. It's like, oh my goodness. My teacher took me, gave me a very difficult text today. And I almost didn't understand any word in it. So, it's hard not to get disheartened sometimes. But just what can you stretch and learn and grow into? So what are the things you're going to stretch and learn and grow into? Over to you. Thank you, Pure Light. I'm learning. Listen, I'm far from knowing how to do it. I'm just feeling my way every day and doing my best to be more conscious, more aware, more kind, and more calm. Because when somebody's calm, there's space. Jackson's going to grow into a musician. Fantastic. Welcome, Tiffany. So, the Jupiter energy encourages you to find your sense of fun, to look for the good news. There's so much good news happening on this planet, but it's not sensational. So make a point of looking for the good news, for the good things, for the good things. Chance is learning computer programming. Awesome. Lauren's learning more tarot, astrology, expressing loving kindness. Awesome, you guys. Erin's learning guitar, Spanish, tarot, gardening, and massage. Wow. Oh, Aith has started a meditation practice. Still awesome. Awesome. Isn't that wonderful? And just to encourage one another, just to get encouraged, to be encouraged, to be I think comes from the Greek ev, to encourage is to bring out the good courage. Okay, awesome. Andrea, inner child wonderment. Oh, Lizzie, learning more about tea and launching a new kind of tea dancing. That sounds lovely. I'm into that. Okay, so great. A one-man band in your apartment. That's fantastic. So this is great. And just for you to know, the vibrations that you're sharing, thank you, Heidi, are emanating here on the live stream and later. This energy emanates out and has an effect. Just like the negative energy has an effect, this too can drug us. Let's be drugged with the energy of thetico, positivity. Thetiki. Let's be thetiki. Fantastic. Jules is learning Spanish. Fantastic. Yeah. So I was thinking it's a bit like this wheel of fortune, because Jupiter rules fortune, Sagittarius rules fortune. But the idea is that life goes up and down. All right. There are times when things go more smoothly than others. Let's put it that way. Can you be in the center of that wheel? Can you be that stable point, if you like, at the center of the wheel, so that no matter what's going on around you, can you be that center? That's something that's being asked from you at this time. Now, another thing about Sagittarius is that it tends to go to extremes. So you might overdo the exercise. You might overdo the food. be aware of what is it that you might overdo. Is there something that you know that you're overdoing? And can you bring it back into more of an equilibrium? It's a bit like if you go out too much, you don't spend time inside, then you're going to be unbalanced at some point and not know what you really want, maybe too influenced by others. Or maybe the other way around, you just think you know it all and you don't want to hear anything from anybody else. Love it. Katie Cat Extreme is your middle name. I know that one very, very well. Okay, Jackson, you're working on the marijuana. Good on you. Yep, I know that, Laura, overdoing the food. That's a very familiar one. Awesome. Wow. Manifesting, Erin, your husband speaking with loving kindness instead of aggression, and it's grown by leaps and bounds. The weather's overdoing the high temperatures. Yes, Heather. I've only just had a cold shower and sweating again. It's okay. All right. This is great. This is great. So just becoming aware of when you're going over the top and see if you can just, in that awareness, recognize what you're doing. Radhika, overly physical. Yeah. Hello, Regina. Hi. So great to be with you. You've no idea. It's such a joy and such an upliftment. So, smiling is really good. All right. I love this quote from Yogananda. A sincere smile distributes the cosmic current to every bodily cell. A sincere smile distributes the cosmic current, the divine current, to every cell. So it's like you're being lit up. Yeah. So lighting up, feeling lit up from the inside, like you're a Christmas tree, or you're a magic wand, or whatever it is. Emily, yeah, oversleeping, that's another one. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, you guys. It's wonderful. I get inspiration from you. Yeah, we can inspire one another and light one another up like sparklers. But smiles really work. It's amazing. Okay, Kimberly's got mostly questions, not answers. Know that one too. Okay, yeah. So a smile works. It's amazing what you can do. You might just change somebody's life around by a smile. Yeah. So it's about stretching yourself into new things that you might not have done before. I'm stretching myself with my work into new interviews, bringing to you people who I feel are movers and shakers as we move into new earth. We are changing frequency. The good news is that we are moving out of the age of materialism into the age of the electrical technological age. All right. So we're moving out of this very base, dense frequency, and we're moving to use technology in a really positive way. I've been told that many of us upon planet Earth now are redoing our Atlantean lifetimes, where we abuse the technology, where we did not use the technology for the highest good for mankind. And so this civilization went down. Some of you may resonate with that, some of you may not, that's fine. But we are here at this amazing time to be alive, to make sure that we use the technology that we're going to be given, and there's much more coming. Oh my goodness, with health, with healing, with med beds, with surgery that is non-invasive, with the ways of healing the body. It's going to be phenomenal. I'm going to do a video shortly about Pluto going into Aquarius. That happens next March to June. And then the following year, it's going to be in Aquarius for 20 years. So we need to prepare ourselves for this extreme frequency shift. It's extreme and it's filled with potential, and we must come together and work together. So it's really, it's a power time, but we are going upwards. Just know that whoever tries to tell you this is bad news and the world's falling apart and the population is going to go down to 5%. No, no, no. I don't believe that to be true. Then pistevo, as we would say in Greek. I don't believe it. So we are shining stars. Each one of you is a shining star. So I'm expanding out now beyond the astrology. Yes, I love the astrology, and the astrology will always be a part of my life because we are connected to the stars. We are star beings. We are made of stardust. And I'm expanding out to include people who may not be open to astrology, but who are working towards new earth. So I want to open it. This is open to people of all religions or places here. This is about creating one earth, one country. When people ask me, where am I from? I say planet Earth, sort of, because I don't actually feel as though I'm entirely from this particular planet. But I think you know what I mean. I'm on this planet now all the way with you, excited to share the journey, the Sagittarian journey. Let's direct this journey as consciously as we possibly can. So that's what I'm stretching into. Tomorrow night, I've got a live stream, Greece time. It'll be morning time in America. A live stream with a wonderful healer who had a most amazing awakening when he was completely suicidal. He was going to commit suicide. Thank you, Heidi. And he had an awakening, and now he's helping others to heal. Amazing. I've had many wonderful guests. There are many more coming, and I'm open to your suggestions. Who would you like to see? What kinds of people would you like to see interviewed, so that you can be inspired, so that you can see that the earth really is moving onto a higher bandwidth. It really is. Do not lose heart. I know for many of you, this last couple of years has been the worst and the best. Don't lose heart. There's help out there. And there are many people with the most amazing ideas, and you have something to contribute. And if you haven't found it yet, don't lose heart. Be around people who are uplifting, inspiring, who do something for you that really go, some, a light bulb goes off and you feel something stirring inside of you. Yeah, it's like a stirring. Just know that you're going to be lit up. Yeah, I'm determined to light everybody up as much as I can, and you're lighting me up. Yes, it goes together. So I was going to stop doing the monthly videos, but many of you have said you love them so much, and I've had such a positive feedback that I will certainly continue at least until the new year. All right, then we will see. As we say in Greek, θα δούμε. We will see after that. Δεν ξέρουμε. We don't know. Δεν ξέρουμε after. We don't know after that, but we'll see. Okay, Greg Braden, well, yes, he actually has agreed to come on. We just don't have a date yet because he's so busy. So, yeah, let me know. And also the kinds of things you would like to find on this channel. And also maybe whether you would like a separate channel. I'm a little of two minds in my Libra energy here of whether to start a separate channel for the interviews, because it's going to be people from all walks of life, from musicians to artists, to healers, to scientists, to doctors, to economists, because we need them all. We need new structures. new governments, new ways of doing things that moves us towards this one planet, one Earth. And that's what we're moving towards. So we've got some kind of a Radhika, I don't know if you can block this user, but we've got somebody, it's very interesting how they sneak in these, anyway, I blocked this pornography person that suddenly wanted to sneak in. It's all right. Don't give it attention, just block it, move on, and don't take it personally. So in the spirit of wanting to bring you light and upliftment, I am going to play you something on the piano. The logistics of this is always a challenge and a stretch, but I wanted to play you, thank you very much, Radhika, Benjamin Zander and Markle. I wrote to him yesterday. So you're on wavelength, thank you. Tom, can you? Okay, great. Send me an email, okay? Or Radhika afterwards, if you would make a list of these people, that would be terrific. Your ideas are coming through thick and fast. So this is great. So I'm open, you know, I will ultimately make the decision, but my arms are open so that this becomes a co-creation, because you've helped me so much on my journey. I want to help you on your journey, because Sagittarius is about the journey and enjoying the journey together. So let's see if I can play you this piece, which I feel is Sagittarian in its flavor. Here we go with the risk. All right, let's do it. Oh boy. Right, there we go. I think that shows the piano and the teddies. Can you see the piano and the teddies? Say yes if you can, no if you can't. Let's play. Woo-hoo! Here we go. And to me, this piece is Sagittarius. Too loud. A million wrong notes. But I do hope you enjoyed it. Oh God, I can't get my camera right. Everything falling apart. Let's try that. No. Oh boy. Tina Saspo. What's happened here? Let's try that. How interesting, as Benjamin Zander would say. A million wrong notes, but I hope that you got the spirit, and I hope that that puts a spring in your step as you think about raising your frequency, as you think about the fact that we are on this wonderful journey together, and that we can help one another now to be released of so much suffering. So much of the suffering, so much of the pain. I think that we can begin to spiral out of it by together putting these thoughts and ideas out into the field. I think the miracles and the magic that we can create together are beyond anything that we can even conceive of at this point. But all I do know is I'm tremendously grateful for you being a part of this beautiful community. And I'm grateful to be growing with you, learning with you, enjoying with you, playing with you. And let's see where this journey takes us. So thank you, Radhika. You've done a terrific job. Thank you to many of you who've contributed online today. Thank you very, very much to my Patreon supporters, just for the comments you make, the love, the energy, the growth that you're making in your life inspires me. The courage that you've got to break out of old habit patterns and to be a part of, an active part of creating a new earth that works for all of us, every single one of us. So much, much, much love to you. Bye for now.